In this video, we're introducing our new filter drip packs. Welcome, my name is Patrick Rolf and this is Coffee with April. For this episode, we are gonna revisit our filter drip packs because we just launched a bunch of new ones. And we thought it would be fun to kind of share how are they tasting, what are they, and also just a little bit more about drip packs. It's something that was initially created, I assume, a long time ago in some Asian country, right? That's at least where I kind of stumbled upon them several years ago. And decided to do them here at April mainly because it's a really good way to have a tasty cup of filter coffee almost wherever you go, right? So if you travel a lot, you spend times on trains, on planes, let's say you're outdoor, let's say you're in your office and you don't have any good equipment, then this is actually a super easy way to just brew a really good cup of coffee. And here in Denmark, for example, you have a lot of people buying them and taking them with them to their summer houses or kind of wherever they want to go, right? So it's just a really easy way to brew tasty coffee. Now, we roast all of these in-house, which I think is a really important thing to kind of mention because a lot of the drip packs that are out there today, at least coming out of Europe, is actually not produced by themselves. And we make sure to be a part of dialing in all of the coffees and make sure everything is tasting the way that we want to, right? So the two new drip packs that we've launched is Kainamui, wash processed SL28 and SL34 from the Kainamui factory in Kirinyaga, Kenya. We also wash a partner lot from Pillcocaja, wash processed Typica from Ecuador, which is actually tasting really, really good. So part of this, what's so interesting is that we're able, similar to, for example, with the capsule, to kind of freeze the aging of the coffee, right? So basically we roast it, we pack it, everything is nitrogen flushed, so these stays good for a very, very, very long time. We tried drip packs that are up to 2 years old and they're still tasting amazing, right? So it's something that is really easy to just kind of stock up on and then use for a longer period of time. So we just kind of wanted to take this video to one, talk a little bit about the taste, two, just brew some with you basically to explain how we actually do it. Now, obviously we are indoors at the April store, which means we have a little bit of a fancier setup than what we're necessarily intended to, right? But basically the process is the same and you can use this with temperature kettles and scales if you want to, or you can do it in a kind of a more of a traveling way as well. But the process is kind of easy. Everything comes in this little pack here. What you do is you just open it up from the top and you take out the little pouch of already pre-ground coffee, which you have here. We have 10 grams of coffee in each pouch. Then you basically just want to open it. And then you take the two flaps on the side here, you pull that open like this, and just put it on whatever you want to basically brew with, right? The target volume here is going to be 150 grams of brewing water, which usually I would say translates to basically fill up the filter twice with water. So for example, if I would be traveling, I would ask for 1 cup with hot water, 1 empty cup, and then basically just put it on the empty cup, pour over all of the hot water directly into the filter. And what will come out is actually a really, really solid cup of filter coffee, right? So what I'm doing now is I'm actually pouring first 100 grams of water. And I'm gonna basically let that sit until I see the water going almost through all of the coffee. Usually that's about after 50 seconds. And then I'm gonna just fill it up again. Now, because we have a scale, I'm gonna fill up to 150. Usually I would just fill it straight up to the top. And that will actually come out tasting really good as well. So from experience, we can say that these actually do pretty well with a range of different volumes, which is, to be fair, kind of the whole point of them as well. So at a 1 minute total brew time, I basically poured in all of my water. And then we're basically just gonna let it go down here, right? So part of this is really simplifying coffee brewing, right? Which, to be fair, doesn't mean that you should do this instead of brewing your pour over at home, right? We're not gonna serve this in the store anytime soon. It's really just an option for when you're out traveling and when you want that tastier cup of coffee, right? Because in certain situations, it's kind of hard to do, right? During certain hotels, again, you might be in the office or you're visiting your family and they don't have any good coffee, whatever it can be, right? It's just a super easy thing to just kind of bring with you. And we've been playing around with this now for a few years now. And are kind of happy to say that we make them taste really good, right? So it's benchmarking it with the, for example, the filter coffees we brew here in the store. It's not a massive difference. There is a difference, right? And obviously there will be one, but the key here is to get really flavor extinct cups of coffee, highlighting that varietal, highlighting the origin and the processing of that coffee, right? Which I believe that we're able to do, and that comes at being really interesting. Now, the target brew time here is going to be around 2 minutes and 20 seconds, plus minus. Different coffees is going to have a different flow rate, so that is something to consider as well. Usually when I'm out traveling, in terms of cleaning up, what I normally do is I'm actually take the pouch and I put the filter back in. That's actually the easiest way to do it. That way you leave a little bit less footprint as well. And this actually holds all the liquid, so you don't have to worry about making a mess afterwards, right? Here we go. So that's super easy. That's basically what we wanted to show you. And again, what it comes out here is really just a flavor representative version of the origins that we have, right? So if you're into Kenyan coffee, you have an opportunity to just take that with you and travel wherever you go. If you're into something a little bit sweeter, more melony, go for the Pillcocaja, right? So the idea for us here is to eventually build up a wider range of different coffees, so you really get that opportunity to kind of choose. At the moment, it's these two that we'll run with, and we're super happy with them and want to share them as well. We're going to make sure to actually send some of these out to our Patreon subscribers as well, just so that they get to try them. So if you haven't signed up, make sure you do that. And if you haven't tried drip packs, then make sure you do that. I know there's quite a few roasteries that do it at the moment, especially looking at Asian roasteries. So you should for sure try it out if you haven't already. And with that, we would just want to say thank you for watching and have a good day. We want to give a special thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. It's because of you that we are able to continue to make these videos. And we want you all to feel free to always come with suggestions and ideas on the content that you want to see, because we are doing this for you and because of you. Thank you from all of us here at April.